So, hello everyone. Hope you are all fine at your places. Today I am here with a video that is a continuation part of the previous video in which we are discussing about some numericals based upon electrical heating. In the previous video, I will try to discuss the two numericals basically based upon the heating element design, on which factor the heating element dependent, on various factors it will depend, and dependent upon these various factors we are designing heating element and we are discussing the two numericals. Now in this video I will try to teach you with the more numericals, and these numericals are based upon electrical resistance heating method, in which we are discuss the heating element design, how the heating element design, in which we have to calculate the diameter of the heating element as well as the length of the heating element is to be calculated. I hope by watching this video, your concepts regarding the design of heating element will be more and more clear. And if you have any doubt after watching this video, you can comment me in my comment box. Your comments are always welcome. Now, before starting this video, you have all know that in case of an electrical resistance heating, we are using an heating element. And this heating element is ultimately can be determined by the heat equation. So you can watch my previous video. In that previous video, I have discussed about the derivation of the heating element. So before watching this video, you are first of all watching my previous video and understood the concept of heating element, how the heating element can be designed. And once you can get clear how the heating element can design, you can watch this video and try to solve these numericals. Now, as you seen on your screen, there is a numerical on electrical heating. So first of all, what this numerical says, according to this numerical, an 15 kW 220 volt single phase resistance oven employs nickel chromium wire for its heating element. If the wire temperature is not exceed 1000 degrees centigrade and the temperature of the charge is to be 600 degrees centigrade, calculate the diameter and the length of wire. For calculating the numerical, you are giving radiating efficiency is 60%, that is 0.6, and the constant of emissivity is equals to 0.9. The specific resistance of the nickel chromium wire is 1.016 into 10 to the power 6 ohm meter. So this is the given data that we have to be given in the numerical. So based upon this given data, first of all, what we have to do, we have the given data, that is a power supplied, P is equals to 15 kW. So I convert this 15 kW into watts, so it will be equals to 15,000 watt. The supply voltage is 220 volt. Your efficiency is equals to 0.6 or a 60%. Resistivity is equals to 0.9. The resistivity of the nickel chromium wire is 1.016 into 10 to the power minus 6. So we know that for designing of the heating element, we have a formula that is L upon D square, and it is equals to pi V square upon 4 into resistivity into power. So based upon that thing, I can substitute the value. We have pi 3.14, voltage 220 whole square upon 4 into resistivity into power. So you can get a value L by D square is equals to 24,94,309 and call it equation number 1. After that, we know that in case of an heating, your heating constant H is given by the equation 5.72 Ke T1 upon 1000 raised to power 4 minus T2 upon 1000 raised to power 4. So I can substitute the value here. It is 5.72 into resistivity into emissivity. So you have 5.72 into 0.6 into 0.9. Now here the temperature is 1000 degrees centigrade. So I convert into Fahrenheit by adding 273 in each. So we have 1000 plus 273 upon 1000 minus the charge temperature will be 600. Again, I am adding the 273 degrees centigrade divided by 1000 and raised to power 4. So the H is equals to 63,174 and call it this equation as your second equation. Now we know that your heat dissipated is equals to electrical power, and heat dissipated is given by the formula pi dl. So here pi dl into H, that is pi dl into 63,174 is equals to the power input, and here the power input will be equals to 15,000. So when you solve these values, you can get d square L is equal to 0.0057 by, and we have equation number 3. Now we have equation number 1 where we have the ratio of D upon L, and we have equation number 3 where we have the product of D and L. We have two equations and two unknowns, so we can easily solve these two equations. So when you solve these two equations, you can get D is equals to 3.11 meter and L is equals to 24.24 meter. So this is the required value of the diameter and the length of wire used as a heating element for this particular numerical. So I think this numerical is clear to all of you. You can try to solve, get the result, and if you have any problem, you can comment me or you can message me. Your comments, your messages are always welcome, and I will try my best to solve these numericals or try to solve your concepts earlier. So this is all about the numerical where we have to design the heating element, and in which we are calculating about the diameter of the heating element as well as the length of the heating element. Now quickly come to the second numerical. This numerical is also based upon your heating element design, but here we have to calculate its length and the width, not calculate the diameter and the length. So what does this numerical say? This numerical says a 300 kW, 3-phase, 400 volt resistance oven is to employ a nickel chrome strip having value 0.025 centimeter thick for a 3-phase star connected heating element. If the wire temperature is to be 1100 degrees Celsius and that of charge is to be 700 degrees centigrade, estimate the suitable width of the strip. Now here the width thickness will be given in the numerical, that is 0.025. We have to calculate the width of the strip. Assume the radiating efficiency is again 60%, that is 0.6, and emissivity is equal to 0.9. The specific resistance of the nickel chromium wire is 1.03 into 10 raised to power minus 6 ohm meter. So here you have to be kept in mind that the resistivity of the nickel chromium wire is fixed, that is 1.0 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter. So whenever this value will be given or not given, you have to assume this value. So the resistivity of the nickel chromium wire is always fixed, and this value will be equals to 1.03 to 10 raised to power minus 6. Moreover, the heating efficiency is always fixed, that is 60%, that is 0.6, and emissivity is equal to 0.9. Now, based upon that thing, we will try to solve this numerical. What will be happen? Now here the power will be given as 30 kW, and since this 30 kW is basically a 3-phase power, so first of all we have to convert this 3-phase power into a per phase power. So simply I can divide it by 3. So you have 30 kW, that means your 30,000 divided by 3, that will be equal to 1000 watt. That means power per phase will be equals to 1000 watt. Second, as we all know that the voltage will be given in the numerical is always a line voltage, and for the calculation purpose we have to convert this line voltage into the phase voltage, and this line and this phase is ultimately dependent upon the type of the connection, and in this the type of the connection is a star connection, so we have to convert this line voltage into a phase voltage. So for conversion of this line voltage to a phase voltage, what we have to do, we have to divide it by its root 3. So here it will be 400 divided by root 3, that will be near about 230.94. Let it be 231 volt. So you can say that the power in this per phase circuit will be equals to 1000 watt, and the per phase voltage will be equal to 231 volt. We can calculate the value of resistance simply by the Ohm's law. R is equal to Vp square upon P. So here we have Vp is equals to 231 ka whole square upon P, that is 10,000. So from that thing you can get a value like, so here when you try to solve this value, you can get a resistance is equals to 5.323 ohms. So this is the resistance of this strip. Now let it be L is the length of this strip and W is the width of the strip. Therefore, we know that resistance is equals to rho L upon omega into T, where we have rho is equals to resistivity of the nickel chromium wire, that is 1.03 into 10 raised to power 6 multiplied by L upon W as it is, that is width, and T is here, you can say that is the thickness of the strip, that will be equals to 25 centimeter. So based upon this thing, what we have to do, we have to calculate its L upon omega. So when we calculate its L upon omega, the value will becomes as 1295, and we called it equation number 1. We know that in case of an heat dissipation from the surface, the same formula that I have discussed with you previously, that is H is equals to 5.72 Ke T1 upon 1000 minus T2 upon 1000 into 4. So I can substitute these values. Here we have 5.72 into efficiency into emissivity. Again, the temperature, initial temperature will be 1100 plus 273 degrees Celsius minus 700 charge temperature plus 273 degrees centigrade upon 1000. So you can get a value 82,082. So this is the same formula that I can discuss with your previous formula. So the surface area of the heat radiation is equals to twice into omega L. So we have twice into omega L into 82,082 is equals to the power input. So power input will be equals to 10,000. So you can get equation number 2, that is omega L or WL is equal to 0.0609, and we have equation number 2. Now similarly, as you had seen in the previous numerical, you have two equations. In first equation, it is a relation between W and L, and the second equation also relation between W and L. Two equations, two unknown, you can get solved, and when you solve these two values, you can get that is width will be equal to 0.068 meter, or you can say that your width will be equals to 6.86 mm. So here we have to be calculate that what is the width of the nickel chromium wire which can be used as a heating element. So by calculating this value, you can get W is equal to 6.86 mm. So you can try to solve this numerical at your own places, and again if you have any problem, you can ask me at any time. I hope you can understand both these numericals carefully. So coming quickly to the third numerical, and this numerical is basically again a heating element numerical, but in this numerical it is not based upon the heating element design. So you have to calculate here the efficiency. So what does this numerical says? The numerical says a cubic water tank has a surface area of 6 meter square and is filled with 90% capacity 6 times daily. The water is heated from 20 to 65 degrees centigrade. The loss per square meter of the tank surface per 1 degree temperature difference is 6.3 watt. Find the loading in kW and the efficiency of the tank. Assuming the specific heat of the water is 4200 joules kg degree Celsius and 1 kW is equal to 3.6 megajoules. So basically, this numerical is not based upon the design of the heating element. This numerical is basically based upon, you can say that, on an electrical geyser, where we have to store a water, and this water is get heated from a temperature 20 degree to 65 degrees centigrade, and it 6 times in a day the tank will be filled, and we have to calculate the efficiency as well as the loading. Now, for this numerical, let the one side of the tank will be L meter. So therefore, surface area will be equal to 6L. That will be 6 centimeters square. So we can say that unit length we have to taken. So L is equals to 1 meter. So let it be the unit length we have to be taken. So if you have a unit length, and that is why the surface area will be is equal to 6. So we have a cube is having a 6 side. So therefore, you can say that the L is equal to 1. The surface area will be equals to 6 meters square. Now the volume of the tank is equals to length into breadth into height, and we have taken as length is equals to 1, so the volume is also equals to 1 meter cube. The water is heated daily, so it will be equals to 6 hours in a daily with a 0.69 5400. So you can get a value of 5400 kg, because 1 cubic meter weighs 1000 kg. Now, the heat required to raise the water level from one temperature to another temperature, and here from 20 degrees centigrade to 65 degree centigrade, the formula will be Ms into T2 minus T1, where Ms is called as the weight of the water, into S is specific heat, and T2 is a 65, that is the final temperature, and T1 is a 20 degrees centigrade. So when you solve this value, your value will become 1020 megajoules, and I will convert this megajoules into kWh, so the value will becomes as 283.5 kWh. After that, the losses from the surface of the tank, as we have given, that will be equal to 6.3 into 6 into 45 into 24 upon 100. So the losses from the surface of the tank will be equals to 40.8 kWh. Now what is the input energy supplied? This will be equals to 283.5, as I have already discussed earlier, plus 40.8. So the input will be 324.3. So if you calculate the loading, that loading means 324.3 divided by 24. So the loading will be 13.5 kW. So this will be the given, we have to calculate the value. What is the loading input? So the loading input will be equals to 13.5 kW. Now, if you talk about the efficiency of the tank, this efficiency of the tank will be simply the output upon the input. So the output will be 283.5 upon input will be 324.3 multiplied by 100. So the efficiency of the tank will be given as 87.4%. So in this numerical, you have to be calculate the two main thing, that is what is the efficiency of the tank. So while calculating the efficiency, it is seen that the efficiency will be equals to 87.4, and also you have to calculate the loading input, and the loading input will be equals to 13.5 kW. So these are the three numericals that I will try my best to understand about the two numericals on resistance heating element design, and the third numerical is basically on the efficiency of the tank. You can watch this video, try to solve this numerical at your places, and if you find any problem, like I have already told you, if you have any problem while solving these numerical, you can go through that thing. If you have any problem, you can comment me or messages me. I will respond your comments as well as message, and try to be get in a more proper way, so you can understand in a more better way. So thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, I will come with some another numericals based upon the another topic. So for that thing, thank you so much again for watching this video. Thank you so much.